Hi guys, I assembled this wooden kit, Big Ben, a week or so back. Fairly straightforward assembly. I just thought it'd be rather nice if we could actually put a clock mechanism in there and use it as a clock. Now, unfortunately, these clock mechanisms, which you can get very cheaply, also I've taken this one out of one of my other clocks anyway, they're too big. There's no way that'll actually fit inside the space available. I mean, I suppose at a push you could chop bits off it and you might be able to make use of part of the mechanism. Let's get that out. Come on, off. Oh, you've been awkward. Right, okay. So, yeah, you could just take out the mechanism, but as you see, most of the gears will fall off. In fact, quite a few of them will fall off. But you could put it back together. You could slice it up, and you might be able to get the bare minimum in there. Just try and get that in position again. Yeah, you could sort of chop it. The battery would be too big to fit in there, so you'd have to organise the battery holder at a different angle. Actually, that bit there, I think it's still going to be too big. Anyway, I had decided it was going to be too big, so I've been looking for an alternative. Well, yeah, I'll sort that out later, put the bits back in together. So the alternative I've come up with is a cheap watch. I say cheap, it's still more money than I like to spend, but it was a £5. But I spotted this in the shop and I was thinking that would probably fit behind there. We'd have to do a bit of cutting around. But if we cut that area out, so that sits over there, then we have a clock. So that's the plan. Obviously we don't need the strap. Which we'll get off. Their little spring-loaded pins inside it. So we get them off. We'll take this piece off and we'll see how we can cut it about to make it fit. I mean, I could just grind these off, which was actually what my first thought was, but I think we might be able to make it fit anyway. So that's the plan. I'll just show this bit slides off as well. So let's see if we can cut that to fit. Yeah, I think we will need to cut these off anyway. And fit that in there. So that goes across the front. Yeah, that's the plan. Right, I've measured the diameter of the watch, comes in at 37.3. So if we call that 38, half of 38 is 19. So I've set my dividers to about 19 and a half. Again, allowing myself a bit of leeway. And if we actually put that on the center there and draw a circle round, you probably won't be able to see on there, but it does actually just go over these edges. So if we cut that out, we're actually going to have a gap right the way through. Or if we just show this another way, if we can, yeah, it is just about that gap. We probably have to chop the support pieces out as well to slide that in. Not a problem, we can run a bit of glue along there to hold it in place, because at the moment it's all just clipped together. And while we're thinking about that, we might as well just clip these off. Yeah, that is going to come off. And then file them flat. I'm sure a lot of people will be saying use a Dremel. And I do have a Dremel type tool. That's the spring bit, that pin that goes in there. But I'm sure I can just file this down anyway. Do I save that? I suppose nobody wears watches nowadays, other than for show, which is all this watch is for. Yeah, if I just tidy that up in a minute, we'll have a nice round face there. Go in there. I'll have to finish it off with a knife, I expect. Just finishing it off, the knife. Okay. I'll make that plenty big enough. Need to cut a little hole out for the adjuster. And then we'll have to figure out some sort of back plate to go over it just to hold it in place. There somewhere. A bit bigger. Looking good. We need a backing piece. This is another kit I've worked on. I cut enough pieces out of there, we should be able to build up the back for it. This probably looks like just a random piece of wood, which it is, but it happens to be just the right size, or at least it allows me to cut it to just the right size to go where we need it. Or at least it will do when I've finished. I always used to save these bits of plywood from the kits. Recently I've stopped saving them because I've got quite a stock. You never know when you want just an odd little bit of plywood as a support or something for something that you're doing. Right, so that's going to go behind there, the right position, to hold that in just the right position. So that's going to go in there. Need to cut that piece out because that's just in the way. But that's just it, it's just a back piece to hold it in place. Right, I've taken the back out just so I can slide that piece up into position so it all fits nicely. So I'll run some glue in there to hold that piece in place. Then we'll slide this back off again, take the protective layer off the front of there because it's still got the little clear plastic bit, and start it running. Oh, and put all the other bits back together. Right, so time is about 4:10. Push that in, that starts it running. Put that in there. Slide that over. We dropped out of alignment somehow. There we are. So that is our Big Ben clock. Need to move the camera around a bit so we get the light on it. It's a bit later at night now, so we've got to have the lights on. So yeah, there we are. Job done. A working clock in the Tower of London, Big Ben. Bit more money than I want to spend. I've been looking in charity shops for ages since I actually made this, trying to find a cheap second-hand watch, but they were all more money than that one, brand new. So there we go. That'll do. Job done. Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.